Welcome to the Magic on the Inside podcast by the Sisters Enchanted, where we chat magic, hot topics, personal development, and good old-fashioned life. Brew up something delicious and sit with us for a spell.
Welcome to this episode of the Magic on the Inside podcast.
You beat me to it.
Yeah, I did.
You can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Anna, co-founder at the Sisters Enchanted, and real life sisters to whom?
Sarah, your magical cruise director.
Woo.
This is the Magic on the Inside podcast, and
I like how you had to say it anyway.
well, I was just what? Now you're little sistering me. I did not say that to spite you. Goodness.
Goodness.
It is still the Magic on the Inside podcast, and this is our Virgo new moon episode.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah. So Anna, Virgo season. Woo!
And what?
Anna's a Virgo sun
Yes, Mercury, Venus, and Mars.
in Virgo,
Yeah.
and it's Virgo new moon.
Deedly doodles.
So, with new moons, we want to. The idea is you set intentions at the new moon, right? Set intentions for what you'd like to do this lunar cycle.
Yes.
Uh,
That.
yeah, we have sort of developed into talking about this whole first quarter from the new moon to the first quarter moon, which is essentially like 7-8 days of letting your intention kind of marinate, develop, and turn into whatever it needs to be for you, rather than just picking an intention out of the sky because someone on the internet told you to.
So intentional.
I know. What if we all just did everything someone on the internet told us to do? That'd be weird. And
So that's probably not
no one should do that.
right.
So I'm saying, well, okay, so we're on the internet and we're telling you to let it marinate. But anyway, I digress. So here we want to think about intentions. And Virgo, Anna, tell us a little bit about Virgo.
Oh no.
You're like the Virgo master. So
Virgo master. Virgo is an earth sign.
it's a great start.
I know. It is a mutable earth sign. And it is connected to the planet of Mercury. It is a sign that really is methodical, really wants things around it to be nourished and nurtured so well that sometimes it overcompensates, overthinks, overcriticizes. But in its best state, it makes sure that things are consistent and constant and makes it so there's less work on the people surrounding them. So Virgo, I like to call Virgo the harvester or the healer, as opposed to its traditional constellation keywords given to it, because the picture of Virgo in the sky that you get is that of the woman with her sheath that has to harvest the wheat, kind of like that image of like Demeter, it's her scythe. Sorry, her scythe with the wheat, and in order to correctly propagate wheat, you have to cut it a certain way so that it will regrow and be just as good as it was when you cut it down. And that's Virgo. So they want to, make sure everybody has a hook with their name on it when they get in the front door so that their coats are always in the right place. They want to make things easy for everybody else. And Virgos tend to only struggle when people don't realize that they're just trying to make everybody else's life easy. And then that's when you get a scattered, chaotic, or even a Virgo who is resentful, because they are oftentimes unsung heroes that go unnoticed or unthanked for the little things that they do all day, every day to make everybody else's life grow.
I gotta say, in the last year, Anna has been creating all of the printable worksheets you get here at the Sisters Enchanted. And some of you who've been with us for 5 years now have noticed that there is we've had a serious upgrade in visual presentation. And that's because our very own Virgo Anna has been making them instead of
I want everybody's
me.
lives to be beautiful. A beautiful garden of wheat that continues to thrive and grow.
So we say this with every new moon, every full moon, because we do a podcast for each of those these days. And with everyone, we encourage you to look at your own birth chart and see what you have in Virgo. And that's where this moon is going to be for you. And the reason that we recommend that is because in astrological forecasts, whatever you see online, of course, there's like this general energy. So Virgo is great for this kind of organizing sort of
Yes.
energy. It's like,
Mhm.
declutter your house. It's the harvest season.
Clean your bathrooms.
Clean everything up before, if you're here in the northern hemisphere,
Make a meal plan.
or if you live in a place where you have 4 seasons like we
Mhm.
do in Connecticut, it's getting chillier out. Open the windows while you can, dust everything off while you can, because before you know it, everything's gonna be shut up again for the winter.
Mm.
And you're just gonna be in there until spring comes, right? So with Virgo energy, this is a great time to do all of those sorts of things. If you know though where this resides in your own birth chart, you can really figure out where this is touching for you and what's happening, and where you might want to put some additional emphasis.
Yeah, or where you might want to remove some emphasis because like I said,
Remove
no,
emphasis.
seriously, because Virgo energy can be overcritical, over judgmental, and try too hard to make things perfect. So if it's like in a creative space and you're like, oh, that project that I've been working on, I just need to hunker down now, make it even more perfect. Maybe it's not the time to make it even more perfect, depending on what's happening in your chart or something, because maybe you're just in your own head and you're in your own way, because that is Virgo energy, like to a T. They will burn out because they're trying so hard to make things right. So you also want to make sure that if you are doing a project or you want to organize something or make a plan, make sure you're not like putting more effort into a plan that you already have. Like if you have a pretty good plan, maybe like don't spend extra time on that plan. Maybe do a parallel plan that will make life even easier, but don't perseverate on a plan that you already have.
A parallel plan.
Yeah, perseverate. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The other thing to think about is in a birth chart. Uh, so another Virgo thing is that Virgo rules over the sixth house
Mhm.
of like wellness,
Yes.
service to others,
Mhm.
right? That kind of thing.
Yes.
So while this new moon will be happening wherever Virgo is in your chart, I think that that's just another interesting thing to sort of consider,
Mhm.
is what what that energy is for you as well. So
Mhm.
like I don't have anything in particular in Virgo of importance. Uh, but at least I don't think I do. I just pulled up my birth chart. So Anna can peek sees at it. But I have my sixth house is ruled by Sagittarius, but traditionally that's Virgo. So I know that I have all of the Sagittarius energy over that Virgo
Mhm.
organizing energy. So that's just, to me, that's telling me that, Virgo season, it's typically something that I'm a little bit in resistance to.
Mhm.
And this new moon, whatever my intentions I set for myself, to be really cautious about setting myself up like, for resistance and failure, you know? So like if I'm really for this new moon, for example, actually, because we did this workshop a few weeks back,
Mhm.
and I had thought about the next 4 months out, and I was going to look at piece around like family budgets and finance and abundance and things like that. And this is so interesting because I could see where I could totally find myself uh, in abundant or in resistance to that at this time, like thwarting myself. But that's a great time for shadow work for me in that area, like to really acknowledge that. So anyway, and Anna's telling me
Or no, hold on. Don't.
okay,
I'm
Anna's not telling me
I'm not.
anything.
Um,
So whatever is in Virgo for you though, and if you don't know what
yes.
that is, again, that Virgo energy, um it's that like tidying, organized, getting stuff done, the harvester, which I love for harvest season. So I love that Anna focuses on that archetype as opposed to Virgo the virgin, Virgo the harvester,
Right.
which is
Yes.
perfect for harvest season because we are in the thick of harvest season and our full moon this lunar cycle is going to line right up very close to the equinox,
Mhm.
where we have equal light, equal dark, the autumnal equinox, and Maybud, which is the witches' Thanksgiving, which is that like harvest festival.
Mhm.
So we have all of that happening during this lunar cycle. When we look at this Virgo lunar cycle, we can look out the whole lunar cycle to the next new moon, and we can see that in this cycle, we do have that, which is Thanksgiving. We have Maybud, we have the equinox. So this is like, what are you harvesting this lunar cycle to prepare as we just get darker and darker and colder in the
Mhm.
months ahead. Of course, if you're in the northern hemisphere and in a place where weather changes like that.
Mhm.
So this new moon, it's great for all of those things.
Mhm.
All of those things.
I was saying because your fourth house cusp is Virgo, and you do thrive on routines in your household,
I do.
and you don't function well when your routines are not.
I don't.
And then you get resentful
I do.
and frustrated, and then you
Yes.
overthink your routine,
I
and then you're
do.
always reinventing your routine. So your Virgo is more, you have more Virgo than you think
I
you
am
do.
constantly making a new schedule for my family. Like they're color coded. They're often color coded.
Yeah.
They are often time blocked.
Color coded, labeled,
We have
signed, sealed, delivered.
we have all
Sarah, that's your
we
Virgo
have
showing.
like 8,000 different family routine
right.
center things that
right.
have been developed over the years
Yep.
trying to keep us
That's Sarah's Virgo. It's showing. Your Virgo is showing. For all of you who think that you're missing things in your chart, you're not. Let this be
Oh
a
my gosh.
lesson.
My Virgo is
Your
showing.
Virgo is showing.
Gosh, darn it all. And you know what? That makes a lot of sense too, with my Sagittarius that in with like that sixth house there, because I do want to go, 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 go.
Mhm.
And then
But it's also
I
not healthy for you and your family
no,
when it's go, go,
I
go,
feel
go.
the impact of it
Yeah.
constantly.
Yep.
Like I want to go, 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 go. And then I
Yep.
want to do an adventure. And
Yep.
then I immediately pay the
Oh,
consequences of it.
this makes so much sense because, like I said, Virgo is that like Demeter idea, and how Demeter chases after Persephone, but nobody asks Persephone what she wants.
Oh my gosh. So
Oh,
what should my intention be? What was it going to be? Where's my worksheets? They're at the other desk. I think it was either
Your
home or
Virgo is
finance. I have to look.
showing.
It's not
Well,
here.
it should be home.
My items
and maybe
My items are on my
you
desk.
need to take my advice, and instead of focusing
No.
on plans for the home, you need to
No.
unfocus.
And you know what, too, is this lunar cycle, I'm going to be away from home in my camper for like 11 days because, see, I told you, didn't I say? I just said that I was going to put myself in resistance. I just said that because we have a trip planned. We have an RV and we go out in this season, like a week, a month, usually, sometimes more, like a couple, like different trips. This one's like a week, and we go. It's like it's not so it's going away, but we bring like I work while we're there. My kids do school while we're there. Like we bring everything on the road with us. But this trip we just extended because Anna and I are going on a little side trip, which made it so that in order for me to go on that, I needed to extend the camping trip in order to make that happen
Yes.
because it's directionally made sense to go from the campground
I had an
to the trip.
idea.
Yeah.
A
Anyway,
moment of
that's
brilliance.
making us be away from home though for like 10 or 11 days
Yeah.
because we had to extend it even another day because we can't drive home on the day I was gonna drive home with the extension because my kid has virtual school that day. So now we have to stay another day.
So now the structures you've put in place and you've labeled with your pretty label maker and color coded is making your life feel tense and stressful instead of
Yes.
free and spacious like you want it to be. Excuse me, Sarah Welka, your Virgo is showing.
Oh my gosh. Well, what's good though is that you know what though also
This
makes
is
sense.
illuminating. I
And
thought
it
this
is
was going to be illuminating for me, but instead we are
No.
uncovering your Virgo like
And
investigators.
though it does explain why I love to go travel in our RV though versus other ways of travel because we often go to Florida for a few weeks twice a year
Mhm.
and I have been in so much resistance to going this fall like it's making me queasy to even think about it and it's because every time we go there we have to like upend everything we do, our whole routine is upended. We have nothing. But if we travel with our RV, it's literally we just replicate our home in the RV and we bring all of our stuff. Like we bring all of our things, put them on the fridge, all the fridge magnets with all the schedules, and it's so much easier to maintain like our typical way of being than it is for us to travel to like a hotel or an Airbnb or a family member's house.
That's so funny.
Having our home on wheels.
Astrology is a fascinating thing.
It is.
So
you just busted
your
me open.
moon,
I'm never going to be the same after
your
this.
moon is in my fourth house.
Oh my gosh.
And my sun is in yours. We have so much to uncover. We need to get some magnifying glasses. There's some sleuthing gear. There's some things.
There's some alcohol in the office fridge. We need to pop a beverage. That's right. There's alcohol in the fridge at Team
Which
headquarters.
Which does,
Listen,
I mean,
it's
really
hard
make a lot of sense,
seltzer,
which
so
is
it's
weird.
nothing serious.
No, but that's all really weird because my hair just did something crazy, and if only this wasn't on video, I'm sure. It's really funny because your moon is in Aquarius, is in my 4th house, and my sun is in yours, which is really weird because it seems like that doesn't make sense and that we'd be quite opposite. But a lot of times when I'm in in a not available emotional capacity, you try to tell me what's right for me emotionally because you're an Aquarius, and I'm the one that keeps you grounded, proactively trying to keep you in line.
I'm telling you,
It's really interesting because you would think that we would be the other way around.
we are one soul that was split in two.
Yeah, probably,
And
for
then
sure.
born into this.
To whatever this is.
Yeah. So
We both wore sparkly shirts
I know. Amazing, Quinky Dink. So the Virgo new moon. Harvest season. This new moon is going to encompass which is Thanksgiving in Mabon. And you, want to enjoy all of that goodness that there is abound. And also, as we said before, really consider what it is that is in Virgo in your birth chart. And then maybe even think a little bit about, think a little bit too about that 6th house idea. So while this moon won't be there, it might be, if that's where your Virgo is, and it's there for you. And so that might not be the case for everybody, but that idea of health, service, and just maybe the story there where you are feeling in service to yourself, or where maybe as Anna said, being in so much service to others, trying to keep things organized and all the hooks labeled in the hallway and whatnot.
Time scheduled.
Yeah, and how you're being of service to yourself as well and taking care of your own health this cycle. But it is a great time, this lunar cycle, to open up those windows one last time,
Definitely
get the
open
dust,
windows.
get everything dusted off, and harvest that home that you want to hunker down in for the cold months ahead.
It's a really good idea.
Before the next one.
Yeah. So good.
All right. Well, if you are in our free Expedition to Soul group, head on over there on Facebook and let us know, what's in Virgo for you. We'd love to hear about it. And if you love this astrology talk, remember that you can check out our astrology forecasts right here on the podcast, also on social media. And if you download our app, the typed up, written out notes with more detail on the weekly astrology forecast, you can find those in our app. You can find that at the App Store, whatever your App Store is, just by searching The Sisters Enchanted. And
fancy.
Yeah. And we have our Tarot Coach program open for enrollment, and Tarot Throwdown as well. So Tarot Throwdown, if you just want to learn tarot a little bit better for yourself. Tarot Coach, if you want to learn how to ask better questions of your life, help other people ask better questions in their lives with the tarot as your tool. Check out that program because it's open for enrollment right now, and class starts in just a few weeks.
Woo.
You can learn all about that at signup.thesistersenchanted.com/tarot. And that's where you'll see the information for both classes.
Get it.
All right. Enjoy Virgo season, the Virgo lunar cycle.
Woo.
I know that I have so much to think about now.
I know. I just
so much.
Pulled the
we
rug
can't
out
even
from underneath
continue
you.
on with work for this day. I don't think. I think I have to go home sick. You've just Virgo'd me.
I love.
I've
You're
been
just
Virgo.
so Virgo resistant, and yet it's just so prevalent.
It's so true.
It's just so there.
All right. Until next time,
We hope that you have
an enchanted rest of your day
ahead.
Bye.